It's good, I am ready to groove. All is good, I am ready to move. When we dance, I've got nothing to prove.
Yellow and green. Dash forward, blind comes out. Wick inches in through the kitchen, lockdown, invested, sound finding three. There's spawn. Can he capitalize? The answer is yes. Wick falls, but Zeus is quick on the response. Not the first time that we've seen him use this, but especially even at that range. But Park Jung not respecting the kitchen, just holding the angle. Park Jung is not legit. Hold on to these rifles for themselves. Shot coming out. Zeus not where that was supposed to go.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, man. No, it does not. Undart will spot one. Exy playing right outside the Cloudburst. Bulldog shots come in. Back-to-back headshots. Follows up for a third. Now going to be taken out. The spike on the ground. And Wick over here towards yellow. Echo gets the dink into the body shot.
Great
Holding
reaction.
the angle. Spots one. Oh! Yep, it is. Flying through the wall there. Up in the kitchen. Gets a tag. It's TS. Takes Sound's head off. Godlike now well into the back. And it all comes down to Zhonghai. I mean, this is who you would want to bet on if you had the bank on a little turnaround ace, but it's not going to happen. Flawless final round 13. And we are back. It's time to jump into what could be our final map of the evening. Apex people not really showing up too well on Icebox. TNL get the victory there on their map pick, 13-7. And, you know, Apex people, it wasn't even because of strategies being shown by TNL, it just, a lot of times getting out-fragged. And that's what has me concerned for them as we get ready to go into Ascent.
The good news is Ascent is their best map. It is.
Yes.
They are very, very good on this. They play just solid on both sides. They're great on the pistol rounds on this map. Last time they won both pistol rounds against TNL on this, 13-7. So they were able to do on Ascent what they just got done to them on Icebox in terms of the score, basically. So
Yeah.
so I mean they play Ascent as well as TNL plays Icebox. At least if the last time they played Ascent was any indication. Well, so we'll see. I wouldn't be too surprised if this one goes to the third game, because these are really close teams. But I think Apex people, maybe we'll see.
I mean, you know,
After that brutal loss, though, you never know.
I predicted the 2-1, so I think that it very much could go the distance. It's just whether or not they can actually shake off that first map loss and get themselves back into this one. I think that they should be able to do it. I think that there's going to be a lot more comfort for them when they get ready to go into Ascent. Obviously, Icebox for no other team other than, you know, basically TNL Vision Strikers is going to be comfortable at all.
Yeah.
But the shakiness on their fragging definitely leaves a lot of questions as to whether or not they will be able to push back against TNL and take this into that third map of Bind. I'm hoping that they can do it, because I'm not casting tomorrow. I don't have to come all the way back over to the studio. I get to just kind of relax at home, watch Taste Hostess do the commentary. So because of that, let's just go as late as humanly possible tonight. Screw it.
That's fine. I don't mind. I mean, I expected this to go to 3 potentially. But I did say 204 Apex. I felt pretty confident about them. I wasn't sure we'd get Icebox, but they did get handled pretty nicely. They played the exact same agent lineup, did Apex people, the last time on Ascent that we just saw on Icebox, so they don't change it up too much typically. For TNL, it's going to be curious. Are we still doing Exy on Jet, or is we going back to normal?
Looks like
It looks like we're shifting back to the normal stuff. So it looks like they're gonna. I mean, it looks like the agent lineups are going to be identical to what we saw last Saturday when Apex people beat them on this.
All right, well, reach back in here for Godlike. Echo, of course, going to be on the Sova. And yeah, it's looking very stock standard here for the side of TNL. It's not going to be seeing that real Sentinel come through. No Cypher, no Killjoy. Killjoy still, of course, going to be there for Zeus. Pretty much the only thing that he does play. But guys, the stage is set. The agents are locked in. Apex people still looking fine as far as their spirits are concerned. They're on stage here in the studio. As we are coming to you guys live from Seoul. LAN is back. It will live on in Korea. But will Apex people live on through this series? Can they take us to bind? We're about to find out as we jump onto map number 2. Apex people's map selection of Ascent. They need to turn this around, otherwise they're falling down into that losers matchup to play against Newturn. You do not want that. You want to be the ones advancing forward to try and go up against Vision Strikers, as daunting of a task as that is.
Yeah, it's more just like, yeah, you only get 2 losses and then you're done. It is a bit, you know, you do at least have that ability here. If you fumble one time, you do have the ability to recover and get another chance to play again. And I think, yeah, this is going to be really interesting. Another thing to take into account is Apex people hasn't played on LAN in quite some time, maybe ever.
First
that
strike?
I know of.
No,
they didn't play First Strike.
No, it wasn't First Strike.
They didn't make it. They didn't make it to
Party
the best
again
8.
in my head there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this very well may be the first time. So, at least in a long while.
So that could be nerve-wracking. I mean, you're here, there's all these lights, there's all these people, you gotta wear makeup.
Yeah.
It's different. It is a lot different. And you got the other team there when you know, take these breaks in between, you gotta go to the restroom or something, and they're hanging out there and
bathroom bullying.
Yeah, they're bullying you in there. And
nah, they're all these guys are pretty damn good friends. But guys, let's go ahead. The map is ready. The players are loaded up. Let's go ahead and jump into Ascent and see if Apex people can get it done.
I mean, you gotta see how sexy Exy is in real life. I mean, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in.
It's not just the webcam doing him favors.
There's the makeup on him as well. Ooh.
Just in case anyone doesn't get the reference, one of the Korean commentators called him Sexy Exy because of his incredible play style. But also, you know, he's a handsome
guy.
lad. Most of the players on TNL honestly are, you know, kind of look a little bit like a K-pop group. Could definitely pass for one.
True. Not sure about the dance skills though.
Droning forward. We'll spot one, get the dart in.
Sometimes that's okay. You're trying to bait him into thinking that, but
yeah,
you know,
it's just one. It's not the end of the world.
Exactly, and they can all just kind of pop around this corner and maybe catch Echo. I mean, had he thrown that recon dart in there, he could have got a ton of information, but it might be too late now.
Well, just the one playing at B at the moment. Go ahead, throw that forward. Zeus finds TS. Striking him down as Zeus was playing up at top mid. Now cutting his way down, getting some decent shots in, but with a repeat here from Ritzy, they will manage to find one. Spike's still going to get planted as the door looks to get broken down. Some dark cover coming out will cut off that B main access. Echo coming out on top of Jonghi does manage to put another kill on the board. 4v3 now for the retake. Ritzy and Echo both having taken a bit of damage. Could still prove to be a bit difficult. Like sitting over in the smoke, looking to poke out. Here's the flashes fly, gets the headshot onto one, has the flank angle. Wicks finds 3 as the pistol round goes to Apex people.
I mean, that's huge. That is such an impressive maneuver there from Wicks. Gives them the win. They are on the back foot for a bit there with the numbers, and he just comes up huge. Just, oh my goodness. That is why I love the Ghost. I have switched to only the Ghost on the pistol rounds because it is filthy. It is so accurate. Look at this.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Headshot, headshot.
You know, they preempted by throwing the dark cover over at B main, but then just completely forgot about it. A severe lack of respect, it would seem, for TNL, for somebody coming from that angle.
Yeah.
So just completely get caught off guard. So, you know, seems to have slipped from their mind or way too focused in onto the site, cost them dearly. Echo now again going to be holding back over towards the defender's side. Dark cover comes up, and it's just going to be another swift push. And a bit of a misread here from TNL, who had heavily stacked over onto that A site.
This time Zeus isn't lurking at mid-top. They have to respect it, though. You can see they have to slow up a little bit at mid. They have to check it. And that gives you an extra second or two. I mean, that's a big deal.
Well, everybody going to be going through market and defender side, so looks like Zeus with this really heavy back flank angle over at the spawn is not really going to be finding too much value. He'll start to press forward here as they move up. Decent amount of spotting coming off of that recon dart. Quick sprays in, manages to find one right up and close and personal. Cannot get the third, but a severe amount of damage is dealt. Great little shot there from Echo. As Spike starts ticking down faster and faster. Sound holds the angle. Will get the kill. As they will go ahead and try to exit. They get the finish here onto Godlike. The Spike will finish off Sound. Park Jung will be the last one left standing, but it's another round victory here for Apex people.
I mean, when you're given free access to a site, you can set up all the crossfires you could ever want, and that's exactly what they do. I mean, again, it is Wix hanging out in main. Like you mentioned, Zeus all the way back by lobby. The rest of the people in the site, and they can just wait it out and just tear them apart as they come through. Still a pretty decent job by TNL, just their shooting is still quite good, as we've seen.
Yeah, you don't walk away from that one, you know, fairly upset. That's going to be your ego round here. Now you get ready to come in with the rifles. Taking that many guns out of the hands of Apex people does hurt their economy just a little bit. Junghai trying to go for the entry. Exy kind of slow him up with that satchel, but will not be able to do so. It's going to be 2 swift kills in response. A 1-man advantage now here for the side of Apex. Aftershock to clear out Hell. They'll now have this secured. The door will be shut, and the Spike will get planted just below Heaven.
Park Jung with a good flash to open the door. Get into the site. Pick up a quick double there. Ritzy pretty well blinded. Echo sends his owl drone out. Dealt with pretty quickly. Sound gonna get spotted out for a second there. Nano Swarm up top. A lot of other utility being used at the top of Heaven. And Sound gonna try to come through from the flank.
Starting to creep in. TS managed to find one. Echo finding 2.
Whoa!
There is the finish. TS scoops a second for himself. The defuse will be there, and TNL, they win the rifle round. Huge plays from the remaining 2 members as TS and Echo absolutely crush the defense on the site.
I mean, it's a great entry for Apex. They get in there, they get 2 pretty cleanly. Yeah, they lose 1, but 2 for 1's fantastic in that situation. And the shooting from Echo and TS is just insane. I mean, they are turned up right now,
yep.
And they are potent. I mean, that is a heartbreaker for Apex. They had that one basically in the bag. I thought they had everything stopped up at the top. Godlike completely blockaded at Heaven. I thought it was done, and then they just put their foots down.
Yep, and now the economy is very much offset, so Apex people are going to have to be going for a bit of a thrifty play, as it's just sheriffs in hand across the board. The boom bot doesn't last too long. As the ult orb will get snatched up. Zeus just going to be one away from that lockdown being available. Hunter's Fury, of course, from Echo, currently online, so we'll have that to respond with should we see it used. Good drift around, going to be coming through here over towards the B site. So the Spike gets rotated all the way through attackers' spawn. But there's a 3-man stack here on B for the side of TNL. So breaking through this could still prove to be very difficult, especially when they're outgunned.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes it even harder. It is going to be weird. With all those sheriffs, it's going to take some incredible shooting. You never know. I mean, they got here, which means they're darn good. So are they going to be ready for TS around this corner? Echo's going to get the first. Can he find 2?
Oh, so dangerously low. Still sending out the shock darts. Trying to bounce it in. Here's the Cubby. TS, as you said, they were not prepared. Echo's still standing now with 3 HP, and it's Zeus all on his lonesome creeping around from behind to see if he can just do any damage at all. He's really nail these headshots. Will get one onto Exy with Ritzy, pushing out through Market. Will manage to get that finish in the end. So TNL continuing to move forward here after that economic swing.
Yeah, TNL doing a great job recognizing that the last couple of times Apex had swung into B, they just went. They didn't do anything else. They just went right in around the corner. And that is a nice cheeky spot to be in. And you punish Apex people for it. That's 2 for TS there. And this is starting to go sideways for Apex people. They started out so good, and one bad round and your mentality can start to fall apart.
That it can. Now, operator in the hands of TS with this jet. Exy just waiting with a showstopper has staved them off. They have to show so much respect to that. Looks like it's going to be an attempt to fake, potentially, if they move up here. 3 members stacked outside of A lobby. Zeus starting to inch that Spike out into the B site. Drone, however, may spot this. They have to pull back. So the drone buying time over at B.
That's nice. That's a great drone.
Actually taking some shots, and the spike slowly starting to get crept up, but this does draw Echo away.
Oh, this is so cute. Nobody knows that Zeus is here. He has lockdown available as well in all of his utilities, so he can really set up a nice plant.
He's gonna have to get bunkered in. XE already finding one. Zhonghai going to fall, and pretty soon TNL will figure this out. Park Jong down here in hell will get finished off. The spike now planted. They are now well aware. Still, I'm gonna say 2 other members other than Zeus available. A great little headshot there. Equalizes it, making it a 3v3. They see his head. Can he line it up? Yes, he can. Sound gets one. Oh, man. Got the dink, but it was through the wall, through the little staircase there. So it does not get the finish on the Godlike, but gets him damn close. 40 health remaining for the breach. The lockdown ticking away. Maybe used a little bit prematurely.
Yeah, I think he thought about using the Hunter's Fury, but there's no reason. Just wasn't going to be worth anything.
Just waits it out. For destroy, they spot 2. Pushing in. There's 1. There's 2. Zeus locks them down, and the fake play from Apex people works a treat.
I mean, that's just 9 million IQ there. Great play call for Apex. Zeus doing a good job with that. He's such a smart in-game leader, and he just calls something so special there. I mean, that was a hard commit. I mean, they literally are sacrificing 2 people to get into A, to make it look like that's a push, and they do a great job selling it. I mean, they fight tooth and nail for it. They buy a ton of time. Zeus just keeps creeping his way over there. I mean, the whole reinforcement, they waited for the Owl drone to leave on the B. They played off of that.
Yeah, it all would have unraveled had Echo not rotated. That was the one person that they needed to convince, and he bought it. The Klein and Sinker right at the end. The last one to leave that B site open. So secures them the round win, keeps Apex people in the lead.
Sorry, Sound's the in-game leader.
Okay.
Sound's the in-game leader.
Well, either way, whoever's decision it was.
Whoever called that play.
Very wonderfully done. TNL now a bit on the back foot. Let's see if they can try to tie us up yet again. TS has the blades out. Over here at B, drone will move forward. Dart not going to connect, and you don't really want to waste any of your knives on this Al drone. Oh, okay. TS just pressing forward. Finds Stronghy. Jumps up over the top. Does get a tag in. Little bit of damage. They're on the Zeus as he clips him in the arm. Not really the headshot that he's looking for. Echo just going to go for a little bit of a peek around the corner. There's the rolling thunder. Does get the stun here on the TS. Redraws out his gun. Godlike set up here in Boathouse. Throws out the flash. TS with a classic draw. Will find Sound. Another flash point ready to go. TS gonna get clipped by that one. Does get spotted. Tries to line it up. Gets a little bit of damage here onto Wix. Now Godlike falling. 2v3 attempted retake. XE finds one. Park Jong strikes him down. Manages to get a 4th. Woo! Eliminates Ritzy. Spike plant on the back end. And Apex people win another round.
That's huge there. Park Jung coming up clutch at the end. That was very close. There was not a lot of time left. Had that gone out much longer, could have been a very different result to that round. Fantastic work by him getting up that quad kill. Wow.
Extremely well done.
Now the money is bad for TNL. It's not going to be great. They look to kind of figure out what they're going to do with it. This looks like sheriffs and a marshal.
All right, pushing forward. Needs to get the finish. Actually, whips those final knives and then will get eliminated. Echo with the classic, finishing him off. Park Jong, though, out for blood. Drops down already quite a bit of damage here. Significantly dealt to Echo. As he hides inside a boathouse. Zeus going to have himself tucked in. Cubby just underneath the market steps. And it is just an all-out slaughter right now. Yeah, final shock dart lobbed in there. Wix will get the final blow. 3 kills for him on the round. And Apex people continue to look great.
Yeah. No, after a couple stumbles, they've really started to get their momentum back here. 3 in a row after losing a couple. And now, yeah, the economy's getting weird. And for TNL, now they got to spend a lot of their money. It's going to be the operator even for TS. So this one's gotta work. There are already 5 in the hands of Apex. You don't want to let that slip too much further on your defender side.
Is this up to date? Has Zhonghai actually not killed anybody so far?
Really?
That's unbelievable.
Really?
I mean, hey, you know, he's doing his job. He's drawing a lot of attention when he
Sure.
goes in for the entries, but
Well, I mean, it helps when Park Jung's popping
it's
off.
uncharacteristic. But yeah, Park Jung is fine. He's picking up the slack right now, as is Wix. Both of them are having an extremely good start here to the map. Thrown up over the top from Echo will manage to spot a few out here in mid. Chilling back over at bench while Exy moves his way up, but they are pretty much prepared for this one. Does get a very fast little snap there onto Sound. Wix is very fast on the return fire, making that a 1-for-1 outside of B lobby.
You know, this is tough. This is tough on the defense for
This is an
TNL.
aggressive operator push is what this is.
Yeah, that too.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
God, oh no. He
No,
took the
no,
shot and
no.
reveals his position. That's when patience is very much a virtue. TS gives away his positioning. Now he's going to rotate over towards B lobby. This still could be huge spots. One gets Park Jung.
스파이크가 B 지점에 떨어졌습니다.
Says that was the spike. Gets the follow-up. Okay, he has redeemed himself. 2 dead. The spike down in B lobby. Somebody's going to have to try and come retrieve this.
여기
They
스파이크다.
don't have the flashes now.
Did we forget?
Oh, okay. Little jiggle around the corner. Does manage to scoop that one up, but
How
he'll
in the
make the call. You know,
That's a hell of a move.
that it is. Godlike misses the shot, so now High finds one, finds two. Okay, he's finally on the board. It's looking good. Knives out. Doesn't have, oh, just has 3 remaining. Clears the recon, dips around the corner. 47 HP in a dream with 3 knives at his disposal. Can he make it happen? It would be absolutely massive for TS. Just one more Cloudburst is all that he has. Right click, will not kill. Zhonghai, however, will. 3 for him, and another round for Apex, people who are starting to run away with this half.
Yep, this is looking really good. I mean, this is... It's a whole bunch of weirdness on the backside of this. I mean, TS whiffing on that shot, but then Apex people just, like, not thinking that he would go back into their spawn. Like, that's a pretty likely place for him to go from top mid when he it's a little weird there. That could have gone very sideways. I'm pretty amazed that Wix is able to pick up that spike with that little jump spin there. That it's kind of almost like you're doing your your corner check. That's crazy.
All right, well, from the shadows online.
Is that an Ares? I'm pretty sure Echo has an Ares. Just so your eyes do not deceive you at home.
Wait, knife is out for now. Spike moved up. Zhonghai, the one carrying it. Completely forward face checks into Wine. Doesn't see anything, though. Slow creep forward now. TS very low. Park Jung spotting one. Door now shutting. Sound drops down, gets a little bit of extra damage in onto the enemy jet as the Hunter's Fury does come through for a target, but won't really be able to connect onto much of anything. The spike now planted. This is looking extremely difficult for TNL to try to break through. I mean, everybody is up in heaven right now. Just one playing out in window. Exy jumping up, instantly met with a blind. Holds on to the showstopper, drops down, lets it loose, does manage to find Park Jung. TS got rid of Sound. High, however, creeping around from the back, has the blades out.
Oh!
Manages to get the headshot onto Godlike. Zeus gets the finish on the last member. And Apex people, man, unrelenting on this attack.
Yeah, just what a great flank from Zhonghai coming in through the backside of heaven. And there is, as good as that entry was at a difficult situation for TNL, that's a better job there done by Zhonghai. That was actually nuts with those knives. I mean, I don't think he got the second one from heaven. I think he only got one. I think somebody shot the other one with a gun. When I watched the kill feed, but he did pick up at least one more along the way. So that was fantastic stuff from Zhonghai. Now he's really starting to figure it out.
Got 6 kills under his belt. Push forward, Zhonghai, as we continue to speak about him, finds a kill here on a TS. Aftershock. Look at that back position, but the shock dart will come forward to punish Godlike for his transgressions. Takes him down to 84 health. Droning out, will manage to spot one. Apex people continuing to look fantastic. TP into the boathouse now. Echo stunned. No way to try and stop that, but was just a bit of a scout. He joins in with the rest of his squad, and now the 2 remaining members from TNL are trying to break through Market in a 1v4. Low HP bars, however, forced down to Park Chung. Almost even this up for them in their favor if they can just get those kills to fly through, but it's been proving rather difficult for them thus far. After Shock to clear that angle, Zeus playing in the back, gets the 2 remainders. And Apex people, it's just glorious play from them. 2 more rounds to go in the half, 8-2. Utter dominance here on Ascent.
Yeah, this is tough for TNL. Again, this time for real, they don't have a Sentinel. They don't have the fake Sentinel in Sage. But for real, they don't have a Sentinel. They don't have any information on what's going on. It's really easy for Apex people to just kind of roam around the map and do whatever they want, and you can't keep track of them. I mean, you have no idea where Zeus is half the time. He's just flanking you. Junghai's coming up from behind. They're not doing a good job. Even if you don't have a Sentinel, you need to be watching your flanks. You need to, use Echo maybe a little more effectively. He just hasn't been able to get a read on what they're doing, and you're just constantly seeing members of TNL just getting sideswiped.
Need to run it back. I mean, even 8-4 is not great on the half for TNL. We need to have such an impactful start. Tailwind for TS. What is going on? What was that?
Yeah.
Is he out of his mind? Such an aggressive tailwind after getting tagged down to 60 HP. I don't know what's going through TS's head, but at this point, put Exy back on the jet. Let him play back on a raise so he can just lob nades in there. Maybe he hit the wrong direction. I don't really know. Either way, Lockdown comes through, manages to find 1. Godlike instantly gets taken out. This is just absolutely brutal. They have them all dragged over towards the B site. 1 sitting in mid. The spike is getting ready to be planted here at A. Zeus spots Echo through the wall, and TNL look completely out of sorts.
They can't even get a shot off. I mean, Zeus is just feeling it right now. I don't know what Exy. I mean, Exy's amazing. You never know. You never know when Exy's got a just figurative showstopper.
Okay. All right, Exy. Is he getting angry? Puts himself up into heaven, finds the shot, 1v2. Can he actually do it? Recon dart up over the top, throws out the paint shells, clears the dart, ducks back down to hide his position. There's the Hunter's Fury. He'll be anticipating this. I think that he's trying to rush, and they are ready for it. Zeus with a great read. Sits up in heaven, gets the headshot. It was a great little attempt there by Exy. But still, final round in the half. Only 3 scoops so far here by TNL.
Yeah, this is looking pretty out of hand at this point. I mean, this is even worse than it went for them when they played on Saturday.
2 scoops. I'm giving them more credit than you know.
Yeah.
It's only 2 rounds, Grant.
Yeah. No, this is difficult. They just, I mean, Exy's great, but there's only so much he can do when they have a Hunter's Fury and someone waiting up in heaven, and you can hear him blast back up there, so Zeus is perfectly ready for it, and Junghai's got a judge.
Yep, dives in onto the B side. Nobody's even really occupying this position. It's going to be Echo here from the defender's side. And 2 over by Market for the moment, but they are completely zoned off. The spike has been planted, and Apex people are hungry for this 10-2 finish to make it just about as difficult as it could possibly be for TNL to close this out. Junghai pushing forward, goes for Ritzy instead of TS, the closer option, but still manages to make it a 1-for-1. Given how entrenched Apex people are on the site right now, that's not too bad of an exchange.
Well, Park Chung stuck in the boats. Echo gonna get sound. Gonna try to find one more. TS gets Wixed. Exy gets Park Chung.
And suddenly it's looking a bit more winnable for them to try to get this 3rd round on the board. The stun is there, the showstopper to go ahead and close out the half. They will get this defused, but it is still such a rough spot to be in for TNL. 9-3. You cannot afford to drop anything. Even the pistol round puts you in such a precarious spot. TNL, they're gonna have to utilize this tactical timeout to the fullest.
Attackers map? Question mark? Makes it feel like it when a team like Apex people's playing on it. It's just too many free entries into B as well. I mean, too many times they just get to the back of the site for free, and then you can leave somebody in B main. And then you have Zeus lurking behind to make sure if lot of times if anybody's trying to cut through mid or come in through the bell tower, they can't do that to displace main. It's just good setups, and you got to find a way to stop that. You can't just let them just keep rushing around that left-hand corner. They did it one time where they had somebody in that little cubby where they had TS there. After that, forget it. Every time after that, it was basically free into B.
Yeah, I mean, at TS, you know, going with some really, really weird decisions. The tailwind forward, trying to catch somebody off guard at B main. Extremely bizarre play from him in that round in particular, and otherwise just a bit uncharacteristic, especially compared to what we just saw from them on Icebox. It's a complete inversion of performance. You can see that, you know, Apex people looking so much more comfortable now, completely out-fragging TNL, where they just couldn't even hold a candle to them, really, in that first map. So it's a really weird turn of events. Xe trying to claw back some of those rounds, but the rest of the team needs to be there with him.
Yeah, it's a tale of two teams, tale of two maps. Everything is just completely lopsided. You know, there's no gravity here on the parts of Ascent, I guess. And that's what happens when you lose gravity. Reason fails.
Well, there's a great start. Now we're back to Icebox. Sound goes down first. Yes, pushing forward. Looks for a little bit more. High manages to exit after eliminating Xe. Goes back with that tailwind. Just a slight little bit of damage, but nothing too significant. Zeus finds one. Now Wix finds Echo. 2 members left versus 3. Everybody being tagged up for the most part, other than Ritzy. Has himself sat in underneath of heaven. The finish is starting to come through. Godlike trying to pull it back into their favor. Needs this to be such a huge right click, but it's not going to happen. Park Jung, last man standing here in the pistol round. 10 rounds now on the board for Apex people. 3 more to go. And this map is theirs, and we'll head into a map 3.
Yeah, looking pretty likely. You can see there why the Ghost is pretty well favored. It has such great ability at long range, and so right now it's a pretty powerful pistol after the changes. And you can't, you know, can't buy that armor, half armor, and get the frenzy anymore. Yeah. So got to do something a little different.
Speaking of doing something a little different, this is going to be the full force here from TNL. They're going all in on this, trying to catch Apex people off guard after the loss in the pistol round, so we will be seeing SMGs. Stingers and Spectres across the board. Is it going to be enough? Flash is coming out. Oh, it's super aggressive. They get the paranoia in. Aftershock to try to clear, but TNL managed to find 2. They do lose out on Godlike. The rest of the rush starting to come out. Sound now sitting inside of the dark covers. TS gets his way up into Heavens, holding. The B-Hop's coming through, but Wix isn't prepared. Can't draw down fast enough. Good cloud burst to block off that window vision. As TS creeps around the side, and the spike is planted.
A good do or die moment here for TNL. When they do, they hold on to that aggressive push by Apex people very, very nicely. A little bit of a whiff here and there from Apex. No, I would say that they probably would like to have that push back. They had a pretty good opportunity to wreck it. Trading again are the 2 teams.
Sound finding 1, but there's the finish. TNL persevering here in the second round. A really nice force. Gets them around win, keeps their head above the water. At least for the time being. Still a very long and winding road ahead of them.
No doubt about it. And you got to save now for Apex people.
They're thinking about a couple different options. Bucky you see a Bucky in there from Zhonghai.
You're mostly saving. Yeah, you can get some sheriffs and, well, Zhonghai, Bucky, okay. That makes sense. And maybe Sound picks up the Bucky too. That's fine.
They have time on their side. So, you know, if they spend down here, it's not the worst thing possible. Fault line. Will clip in. TS just getting aggro. Pushes up. Sound is ready for it. There's the headshot. Looks for a little bit more, but Echo will take him out, and Zeus falls to Xe. They push forward now onto the site. The 3 remaining members from Apex people going to be rotating out through the defender's spawn to try to get set up. The 4v3. Aftershock to try and clear, and oh man, Ritzy doesn't get the spike down in time. It's the full brunt of the Aftershock. That is a huge play. Suddenly it's a 3v3.
That is an incredible Aftershock from Park Jung.
Wanted to just stay in to try to get that spike down, cost him his life. Park Jung manages to find one with the Sheriff. Now, Wix will get taken out. They managed to get 3 guns out of the hands of TNL as that 5th round gets put on the board.
That is crazy heads up. I mean, knowing where that spike is likely to be planted and knowing that you could get it through there, just incredible. Look at this spot that Sound takes. I've never seen anybody do that either. Like, come up to the archway like that, just get right in it with that Bucky. I love it, though. That's super smart. catches him completely off guard.
Yeah, was just absolutely ready for it. TS now, though. Look at this. We've got the shorty. He's got the Blade Storm ready to go, so this is going to be an extremely aggressive push. Recon Dart is there. Odin around the corner, starting to spray through. Tailwind across. TS will shut the door. Drops down as Ritzy clears the back sight. Drop in, two knives remaining, but doesn't find the connection. Zeus manages to pick up 2 kills, and just like that, the rush starting to fall apart. Godlike will answer back, evening up the odds as a 3v3 comes in. Now it's all on Echo, and they know exactly where he's at, and the spike is down here on the site. Great snap on, gets the headshot, looks for a little bit more. Very risky shock dart lobbed in. Park Jung, given how he's performed, might have to favor him here in this exchange. Dart going out to Scout. Fakes the plant, fault line comes through. Cheats over to the side, avoids getting tapped by that. Shock dart is good. Takes him low, plays forward, has the shot, TNL. They clutch it out. 6-10 now.
Whoa! This is far from over.
Can they actually run this back? Would be a huge turnaround for TNL.
Yeah, because now Apex people, they have to, well, it might just be the Sheriff, so not quite a full save, but close to, because they have to get ready, maybe a few Buckies again. Looks like Sound, and this time Park Jung. No Jung Hai. Shotgun, so yeah, they got to save, and a lot of money in the bank for TNL.
Will be a Blade Storm over the top of A. Doesn't spot anybody, so that should be an instant call that this is going to be a hit over onto B or a hit through Boiler. Well, they'll leave one over at Boiler and Tree. Now they'll start rotating through as they get the call that this is in fact going to be a B hit. Everybody pulled back away, having to approach through Market, through CT. Spike down. Apex people, can they pull this off?
You can't use lockdown until Xy's dealt with. It just won't do much other than maybe force Thunder's Fury out. Not that that would really matter on a retake like this.
Recon not really spotting too much. Fault line. Narrowly missing Godlike as he throws out the Aftershock. Pulls a fault line of his own. Rolling Thunder could be used if he feels the need. Tailwind forward into the Cloudburst. Moves out right in front of Wix, who will get traded. TS finding 2. 2v2 for the closeout. Echo lurking from behind, finds 1. TS gets 3 on the round. TNL continue to get closer and closer to Apex people, now within 3 rounds.
Jeez Louise, 4 in a row. My word. TNL is on fire. This is, who knew, an attacker's side map. That's what we're seeing apparently, as now the money's really starting to get out of hand. And this rifle round, a big, big deal. Because all of a sudden, this could be close to tied up. Could be 10-9 if this one, if this one doesn't come through for Apex.
TS, if you heard my words and I angered you based on some of those misplays in the first half, you're welcome. Because man, he has come alive. 19-12 right now. Is looking so much better on the attack. Dashes forward, but as I say it, I might have cast or cursed him. Sound holding it down over at Lumber, manages to find 2. And we'll just go ahead, TP into the cubby across the way, but they get the read on that, spam through the corner, and Echo will strike him down. It's still going to be an advantage here for Apex people as they look to swing this back into their favor.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to re-wrap all the way around back over to A. This one fell apart already. They got to be real careful, though. Jung Hai hanging out in mid, but he's actually pushing back towards B. He thinks they're still stuck in main. They're actually not, so this wrap could work pretty well, especially if they can get 2 kills here on the way in, or even 1. Will really, really open up the ability to potentially take this round. Wix going to be blocked off by that smoke. Very well done. Park Jung going to use some of his abilities, see what's going on. He's going to try and see if he can get another Aftershock in there.
Not this time. They will go ahead, get the plant off as he tries to spam through the wall. Won't be able to find too much. Wix scouting forward. Manages to connect that dart. They can shoot him through the ceiling now. Got to be careful. They dodge around the Hunter's Fury. Godlike, however, holding it down on site, manages to find 1. The Hunter's Fury will catch Zeus, and it's all on Jung Hai now. He's already made his way up here onto the site. They get the spot on him. They know where he's at. They try to play this one out patiently. Echo down. Ritzy revealing his location as he takes a shot, but there's just no HP remaining for the Jet. He gets the finish, and TNL, they keep running it back.
This is great patience by Ritzy to wait for Echo to get all the way back over into A main to get the crossfire set up. Even though Echo loses it, I think he still got the dink on the head. If he didn't, Ritzy did on the first crossfire. But whatever, Ritzy's still doing a great job waiting for his teammate to get there to help him, not over-aggressing on the outside of that box in one way or another. He could have potentially gone down for free, and he didn't. And that's what good players do. They're extremely patient, waiting for their teammates to get there, and that's a big reason why they're able to take that round. It's a great re-wrap, too. Good smokes to cover the entry. Just excellently executed.
It's just going to be another aggressive push here onto A. Right now it's completely unoccupied. Sound waiting. Will throw out a dark cover to try to cut them off, but receives one as well, blocking off the doorway as he just takes a couple pot shots in with the Sheriff. Door will get shut. Echo lurking around from behind to cut this off. We'll find Zhonghai. It's a great read from him.
That's huge. Echo clearing that back angle gives them a great opportunity to win this.
He's maintaining the hold as well because Park Jung has made his way up towards that top mid. TS waiting around the corner as the door does get broken. We'll hear Sound start to pull back. Angle held, spots one, there's the finish. Echo with the lurk, continuing to succeed. TNL are looking pretty well set to go ahead and get themselves a ninth round win. The rocket gonna go wide, doesn't get a hit, doesn't get any damage through. The head now gonna be spotted, looks for the lineup, gets the dink through the floor, jump up, gets the kill. Exy looking great. Sound over on the flank, sitting here at tree, just trying to get as many guns out of their hands as he possibly can, but it's only gonna be the one. As Zeus falls on the back end of the fight, the spike will erupt. Exy will be swallowed by the black hole. But TNL continue to get closer and closer, now just one round away from tying this up.
I mean, this is such good work by Echo on the backside, keeping the flankers of Apex people at bay. I mean, that's huge. That gives them complete control over the crossfires on the site. It is just incredibly well done all around on the team. I mean, they have a great entry. There isn't much going on there, of course, so the site's relatively open. They're stacking up, looking like they may want to try it once again. Zhonghai has that operator.
He's got that operator, but he's in the opposite side of the map. So, again, 5-person push over towards A. Cloudburst thrown down as they look to get into position. The Rolling Thunder will come crashing through. Will manage to get the hit onto Zeus there in health as the flashes come flying out. He's already going to get dropped. Could not get away from the paint shells. The member down now too. It's looking like TNL will be able to bring this 10-10. Apex people have not been able to stop the bleeding. Push up, they find him. There's the clean out as Zhonghai cheating forward all on his lonesome. Is there anything at all that this guy can do?
EI.
Yep, there's the push out. They find him through window. A flawless round for TNL to tie it up. The operator, a complete loss.
Hoo boy, I don't know about that. I don't know what's that operator doing out there. At that point, you gotta just
Save it.
Yes, the bleeding needs to stop. You were absolutely correct in saying that. That was, oh man. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. 7 in a row now, matching what Apex people were able to do in the first half on their attacks. 7 in a row.
I mean, this comes off the back of a force in round 2 of the half.
Yeah.
You know, they lost the pistol, they forced up SMGs, and they have not lost since.
TS has more money than he knows what to do with. He's literally max buy.
Pizza peek coming in, but they're ready for it. Park Jung needs to have somebody there to back him up, but you see they stacked A. Now it's going to be the collapse here onto B. Zeus trying to hold it down with the Sheriff, pushes around the corner, pushes back out, but just cannot land the shots. Exy only takes one. They lose one member, but now there's one member left as Wix just sits in the shadows. Sheriff in hand. TNL looking to take the lead. That will confirm his location. They'll break through. Wix will manage to displace one, but that's as good as it gets. 3 members left alive. TNL. Such an enormous comeback. Apex people need to win in this round.
I mean, the speed and ferocity from TNL. They are landing almost every shot they take, it feels like. Their flicks are incredible. They are just so dialed in, so fast. The ferocity is just incredible. Poor Zeus, nothing he can do. Exy just bouncing around. Exy, one of the best raises out there. This guy really just, not only is he good at clicking heads, but he can utilize those blast packs incredibly effectively.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's a nice opening frag for Wix.
A fantastic one. Wix getting rid of one. Drone gonna be coming forward. The B side still gonna be fairly opened up, but Zeus sitting here in Boathouse manages to find two, make it three! Apex people not going down without a fight. Seems like they have finally come online. Ritzy on his lonesome, sitting here in the smoke in B lobby. Just wants the TP across. Holding on to the Vandal, hoping that somebody's gonna push him through the smoke towards him so that he can just get rid of some of these guns, make it a bit more costly for the side of Apex people. But in the 11th hour, for their 11th round win, Apex people will be able to close this out with a successful defense.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to over-aggress on any of this. Again, yeah, the more damage economically he can do to Apex people, the better here. Whether that be, you know, getting some of these kills on the way out. If he dies, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter too much. It's not a ton of money. He'd rather just knock a couple guns out of the hands of them. That's more what he's looking to do.
He's still pushing forward. There is Zeus, gets 4 on the round. Flawless for the first time in what feels like an eternity for Apex people. They tie us up. 11-11, Make-A-Wish. Mine is for overtime.
It feels like it. It really has that feel. Let's see what the adjustment is going to be for TNL. That B push was sniffed out pretty well. That opening frag by Wix, really well-timed shot onto TS, just completely eliminates that entry fragging ability for TNL there. I really like that setup, really like the adjustment. Now the Killjoy will be continuing to go onto B lockdown. A Paranoia and a smoke being faked over at B side.
Zhonghai going a bit aggressive there, just putting himself straight out onto mid to get eyes at B lobby. Managed to see one. Are they going to be prepared here on the crossfire? Sound not ready for them to be pushed up like that. TS manages to get the headshot. Sets up here over onto the site. Zhonghai on the flank, manages to find one before he gets traded out. The door now going to get shut. TS trying to retreat from the aftershock, takes a smattering of damage. Still be relatively okay. The 3v4, now a 3v3 on the attempted retake. Park Jung starting to do some serious work, finds another headshot.
That's insane from Park Jung.
Rolling Thunder comes crashing through. Exy gone. It's all down to Echo. He's stunned up here at main. Starts to inch forward, hears them on the spike, manages to clear out one, goes around the corner. Hunter's Fury rolling, gets the kill. And now it all comes down to Zeus. Sits on it, knows that he can eat the single shot. There's the defuse. Apex people, they get the closeout. Echo will find 4 kills. He'll make them have to buy up guns again, but they take the lead. They guarantee at least overtime for themselves.
I thought Ritzy was about to destroy the hopes of Apex people there with that flank through short A. No sir, says Park Jung. Picks up a big time double. Woo! This one is a heck of a match, a heck of a map.
Take another look here at the replays. I mean, just the back and forth. Park Jung coming up huge, didn't have it there in the replay, but those 2 kills from him, absolutely instrumental. Zhonghai again, operator in hand. Pulls back away from mid. Drone moving forward. Can he get eyes set up? The answer is yes, but Exy will find the kill first. Wix trades one back. 4v4 as the flashes fly out into mid. The spike, non-committally, starting to be inched back into mid. Looks like this may be an A hit instead.
Oh, they should definitely wrap A. They've got a great opportunity.
See us push forward, sitting outside of their spawn. We'll hear the rotations coming through. Smoke coming down. Park Jung in a decent position to try to cut them off here at tree. The dark cover comes out. Exy found. Wix gets the kill. One-man advantage now as the door starts to shut. That's going to be the stop on the spike plant. Echo is gone. It's just Ritzy left alone. Dodges out the aftershock, dodges out the Hunter's Fury. Recon bolt up over the top, destroys it. Keeps his position obscured. Spike now in hand, plant coming down. They'll start to rush forward. The door's still going to be shut for him. First, needs to get rid of Wix as the lockdown is going to be used, and this is not looking great. He does not have the From the Shadows to try to fake his way out of here. He's going to have to try to sprint, but he will not be able to make it in time. He will be detained, and they should hear him. TP coming through, takes him over to the side. So even though he's there, He's detained. He cannot stop the spike defuse. That is going to be Apex people taking this one in the end. TNL running it back so very close. 8 rounds in a row, but then Apex people, they swing it back into their court, and they're taking us to on map number 3.
Oh my word. Jung-Hai just wiped a lot of sweat off his brow because that one was looking like for a moment there that TNL was going to somehow pull it out. Apex people able to gather themselves and come through with it. Zeus coming up with some big rounds in there. That Park Junk stuff though, saving their bacon a couple times around that short area, around that tree area. Just a couple huge plays in there. And that saves the day. I mean, just, woo!
Unbelievable. I mean, it would have been such a heartbreaker for Apex people if they had lost on, that kind of a win streak there, but now they've upset the balance. TNL, they cannot close out the 2-0, and now it comes down to who can close out on map number 3, Bind, to settle this and see who is advancing to play against Vision Strikers.
Tell you what, I don't know anymore. That one was so back and forth. I can't tell you. It was just both teams playing their hearts out there. I mean, for a while there, it looked like TNL had just found such a good groove that there was no way that Apex people could place it. But all it takes is one good B hold, that opening frag from Wix, and then Zeus picks up a huge, was it 3 or 4 from boats there? I mean, just crazy stuff.
Yeah, a massive round for him to go ahead and turn the tides. But I mean, yeah, look at that streak on the bottom. It's just disgusting. Zeus is going to be the MVP for that side. Echo as well. Enormous. Look at that KDA. Like, how is that possible?
No, I don't know. That's dumb. I mean, it's weird. Ascent is such a good map for Sovas because you're playing in the back line, and sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're playing by the wall at B, like by B main, and you're able to kind of play around that wall, get a lot of information, get picks. Sometimes you'll see people pick up Odins with Sovas and blast through those walls with the recon dart information they get, or blast people in hell from heaven and things like that. But yeah, it's really quite interesting to see, especially in Korea at least, Sovas do really, really well on that map.
Well, we are not done yet, guys. This is not the regular Challengers weeks. These are not best of 2s anymore. Best of 3 series tied up 1-1. Bind to settle the score to see who will be moving forward into the winner's match. Apex or TNL is coming at you in just a few.